There's so many bikes! So many bikes! Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. Hello to you. And already my visor's steaming up. Ah, fresh air. So, a couple of weeks ago, I went to the London bike show. And it was alright. It was, as you can imagine, a bike show would be. I rode up there with another guy that's on a Vulcan S. He loves it. He's done a modification to the stock exhaust. So, the stock sounds a lot bloody louder. And we're also going to ride up with another lad that's from Aylesbury, somewhere around that direction, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. A friend's birthday party the night before. Saw him in a a slightly hungover position, but it's unfortunate. And yes, unfortunately I do still have this little thing in front of me here, so I do apologise. It's still there, it's still annoying, I'm sorry. Oof. That's a steep old hill to stop on, I'll tell you that. So I'll ride to the London, is it the Excel Centre, that's the one, on the old Docklands. It's a very easy ride coming in from the M1. But the M1, extremely boring. They're doing a lot of work on it at the moment to make it one of those smart motorways. So I think they can use all the lanes. If someone breaks down, obviously they go into what would then be the first lane, aka the hard shoulder, and then they can immediately stop traffic from using that first lane. And there's a lot more to it. I don't really care for it really. Motorways, it's only good for getting somewhere, if they get you somewhere, because what we find in the UK, especially with everything going on, is the motorways are under constant improvement. So if that affects you, then that's your journey pretty much ruined. And the M25 goes all the way around London, and I tell you, more often than not, that thing is rammed with vehicles. It's absolutely ridiculous trying to get anywhere. I went to Guildford one day to go to a guitar shop, and well, the experience left me, how can I put it, depressed would be a good one, because the majority of the M25 traffic, even filtering through traffic, we're maybe doing 20-30 mile an hour. It took what should have been about an hour and a half, 2 hour ride, ended up being about 2.5 hours, and when you're on the bike for an extra half an hour, it's not bad. It's just I'd rather not do it in heaps of slow moving stop start traffic, or at least filtering through that anyway. So off the M1 we went onto the is it North Circular Road, something like that, and then North Circular actually into the Victoria Docklands. I think it's the Victoria Docklands, whatever, into the Excel Centre there. And what Google Maps was telling me is do a left at a roundabout, but we didn't want to do a left. We wanted to go well, basically there was a turn off before the roundabout, which is actually on the roundabout, which is as confusing as it sounds, and Google's telling me to do a left, which is actually the second exit, not the first. Or was it? No, it was the third exit. It was right, this thing's saying first exit.
Well, Excel, see it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was rebonkulous in every aspect of the silly word. So that was not great at all. But it was easy enough to get into, get out of. And we did it, so huzzah. Getting into the actual Excel Centre, all the bikes are parked up in a big hall. Very exciting to see all the bikes in one place. And then there was 2 or 3 other halls with all the show and all that sort of stuff going on there, which was great. There was also a YouTube creators thing going on there as well, which is strange because well, if there's going to be a YouTube show going on and also a bike show, I'm probably going to take the bike show hands down every single time, regardless of if I've seen all the bikes or not, because let's put it this way, I'm not entirely interested in what YouTube are putting out at the moment. I'm not interested in a lot of what YouTube's trying to do or what they're saying at the moment, because, well, we're in another rut where people are losing money. Content creators who make money off the system are getting less money because, well, advertisers pulling out like crap. So, got a long story short on that one, kind of depressing note. Yeah, the bikes. Well, while we were there, I met up with the Rhythmic Biker, who's been really pumping out the stuff on ULEZ recently. He's been doing I think he's gone to a couple of demonstrations, he's been handing out leaflets and such. And all it boils down to basically is the Mayor of London has taken it upon himself to put a stupid, expensive charge on motorcycles. I'm not sure if it covers cars as well, but motorcycles are being affected by this. And despite motorcycles making up a stupidly low number of all London traffic and being an even stupider percentage less towards like the contribution of like gases and pollution, all that sort of stuff in London, he took it upon himself to put this tax on there anyway, the old Mayor of London. So good on you, you're a twat. I love having an opinion. So London Mayor's being a twat about the whole thing. Rhythmic Biker's been out with a few groups trying to make a change, make a positive change, and hopefully save people a ridiculous amount of money every day just trying to get in and out of the ULEZ zone, which is ultra low emission zone, which is strange since motorcycles are very low emissions as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I last checked. You know, we're not in a massive shell like that. We're not we're not a van, a lorry, or any of the buses floating around. I can understand the idea of getting buses actually full of people, because then you get the most out of them, but if all those people on the bus are on a motorcycle or a little moped, would they be contributing less CO2 to the environment? Maybe. Who's to tell? But having a catch up with him was good. There was a YouTuber there who I don't know, and I must admit I didn't really talk to, because I'm just one of those guys who keeps to myself, really. Which I kind of regret in a sense, because I'm very socially awkward. Despite my charismatic charms and my immense confidence when I'm behind a camera, and behind the camera is where I want to stay. That coming from the guy who put a camera right in front of him looking at him constantly. So at the two new motorcycles which Triumph put together, the Rocket 3 being one of them and the other one I can't remember the name of, they didn't have either one of them there, which was, that was depressing. So Triumph, you need to step up your game there. You've got two brand spanking new models there, why not have a showpiece? Put it in a glass box, don't let people touch it. Just it being there is presence enough, surely. But aside from that, the two motorcycles which did stand out are the BMW KT 1600. I think there's a touring version of that, but without like the back passenger seat, just like the more like single use, the single person setup where the back of the bike properly like slopes down. That is gorgeous. The fat back tyre, the giant pipes, everything is it's beautiful. And of course, to no surprise to some of you, the Honda Goldwing is wow. I sat on the 2018 version, the 2019 version. I'm not sure if there's a great deal of difference, but it does feel very special. And unfortunately, you can't really take the bike off the stand. You can't wiggle it around, get a feel for it, because how many people at a bike show would drop a bike, especially one that heavy. So I made do of just sitting on it, and it was alright. I said it was alright. It felt brilliant. It felt absolutely amazing. So if I can't have a Rocket 3, I'd probably go for a BMW KT or K whatever, 1600, whatever, around there. Maybe also a Honda Goldwing, if money wasn't an option. But it's a very big liability these days, isn't it? And then we had a lot of fun at the venue, although it took The major gripe which I've got with the venue, right? How typically British is this? I went to one of the stands at the edge of the hall to get some refreshments, let's say, a sandwich and a coffee, and it took about 15 minutes to get a single cup of coffee. I ordered two, one for me, one for my friend, and yeah, I was stood there waiting 15 minutes, and the guy who was doing the coffee just he had a mental breakdown or something. Not in a bad way, he just didn't know what the hell was going on. So he ended up just walking away or taking his break. Someone else took over, and the poor girl, she didn't know what was going on. So she said, one coffee here. I said, yeah, that's one. I need another. And she says, well, I've got two here. And I said, yeah, both for me. And then the poor lady behind me, she's got a cup of tea and a coffee and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, so the only downer of the entire event was just 10-15 minutes for a cup of coffee. Aside from that though, brilliant. Who's coming? Nobody. Yeah. Easy peasy. That's got to be a pain in the arse. There's one thing I've always wondered about these large cars, especially like your Range Rovers and your big BMWs and your Audis, you know, the people who can't drive effectively. Oh, shots fired. You know, when you live up and down these little roads here and you've got the steep hills, the bumpy roads, bloody hell, and you've got a car of that size, do you really need all of that? Is it a family car, or is that just sheer luxury at this point? Alright. So before I hit the dual carriageway, I think I'm going to do the old goodbye here. So thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a lovely weekend. Enjoy, and well, ta for now.